Alright, so this video, we're gonna talk about how much we have been spending with other things. So the land, the fees, the tiny house, the car, and all of the other expenses to make it livable in this whole area. Let's go.
Hello, we are Daniel from Brazil, Stella from Germany, and our border collie Bonnie. We moved from the heart of Berlin all the way to the beautiful north of Portugal. We've got this amazing 1.2 hectares of land with an old ruin right by the river. We are going to share our experience of living in a tiny house and the whole process of turning this beautiful place in our home. Starting from scratch, we are diving into manual work, gardening, having some farm animals and any other task you can imagine. Trying to spend more time away from the computer screens. We are all about learning by doing, sharing our successes, fails, and the fun moments with you.
So the land costed 100,000 euros plus 4,000 euros on fee. The land has 1.2 hectares. It is like 3 acres, 2 hours away from Porto. So if you drive from Porto all the way to the north, you arrive at here. And that was the base, the starting expense for us. But as you can see, it's great nature. Everything here is the land. This is just amazing. All right, and we had to buy this guy here, which is a very old Jeep 4x4. It is 20 years old. We paid roughly 15,000 euros, which was kind of required to access the land. Whenever it's raining a lot here, we need the 4x4 and the stuff to access the land and to leave it. So a regular car, we already got stuck here. It's not nice and it's very wet and muddy all over the place. We kind of need it. We hope it's not a problem because the things are breaking quite often, but so far so good. It was part of the budget, 15K. We bought this tiny house, so it was the only way we found to move here in the land before the construction. We spent roughly 55,000 euros with the delivery and the construction and this whole process to get it here. The expense with the moving and some furniture were around 2,000 euros. We had to buy most of the things you see here, couch, TV, mattress, and also bringing all of the things from Povo de Varzim to here with the transportation company. So yeah, that was roughly it. There were some expenses and other things related to some infrastructure work, like this base for the tiny house, the septic tank, also bringing electricity and some other things here, which I think was roughly like 5,000 euros. Also, we had to pay an extra company to help us with this, but the tiny house is fairly good placed and it's solid, it's stable, it's leveled, so it's all good. Another thing was these two gates, not a gate, but just two parts of the entrance costed us roughly 2,000-3,000 euros, and we still need to install the gates and the whole electricity stuff. We recently got some plants to make it look nicer, but yeah, that's another project. All right, the biggest chunk of money, it is coming out of this, which is the palace. So the project alone was 5,000 euros. So all the blueprint, paperwork, application to the camera and all these things were like 5,000 euros. Plus the estimations for the house, it's roughly 300,000 euros. I hope we spend less. It's just a rough estimation from the construction, and we're gonna be paying this for the rest of our lives. Basically, it's 40 years long, so it will take forever. But that's the area. So they already started to do some work there. There was some tractors cleaning it up and organize some of the things. I don't know what she's doing, honestly, puking next to me. Bonnie, hey, we are recording. So they already started doing some work there. So there was like some tractor cleaning up, removing some of the stones, and we hope that the weather gets better so they can start the construction soon. Okay, our expenses while living in Povo de Varzim were around 2,000 euros a month, where 800 of it was going to the flat. We had a quite nice flat, around 100 square meters flat, next to the beach. We had a nice view, not directly to the beach, but we had a nice beach view from the side, so it was nice. And the rest of these expenses were roughly everything food. You're just eating outside all the time, and I think you can really control how much you spend. And at least comparing to Berlin and Germany, it was quite cheaper, so it was a better deal. All right, so summarizing everything. We had 100,000 euros for the land, 4,000 euros for all the fees and expenses and paperwork. The tiny house costed 55,000 euros with the delivery. All the furniture and delivery, so moving from Pova de Varzim to here with the delivery company, costed us around 2,000 euros. So we bought couch, mattress, cutlery, TV. There was more or less this calculation. So for the land was completely off-grid, right? So we paid 5,000 euros to get the utility poles and have finally electricity here. The base of the tiny house and some other infrastructure work costed around 5,000 euros. We had also to buy a car because it's very isolated. We don't have access here. It was 15,000 euros plus 2,000 euros on maintenance, fixing things here and there of this car. The sum of all of these expenses without the house, without expenses for the house, it's around 193,000 euros. With the house, this price goes to 498,000 euros, where we have roughly 300,000 for the house, plus 5,000 with the architect and some paperwork. So that was more or less it. All of the expenses, most of the things, not all of them had to be paid cash. So here in Portugal, you cannot finance a piece of land. So without the construction, you need to pay everything. So we had to make a reservation of the land, making sure we could build and then make the whole payment. We decided to pay the car, everything, most of the things already cash, so not having loans hanging around. So very lucky to be able to afford these things. And I also wanted to share some recommendations because I have the impression that we are paying a bit more than we should be paying. Maybe because we're foreigners, but also because we are paying for some type of hurry or some anxiety level. If you're convinced about moving to Portugal, you like the region, maybe you should just move here first. Get a car, drive around. I'm pretty sure there are amazing places like this and way better price, basically. We definitely paying a premium price for this by not be living in the region. Another thing is that going already to the region you want to live, it's premium because you're gonna get to know everybody from there and people are just so friendly, they're totally helpful, it's just amazing. Just you get all the tips from the region. For example, now we're gonna need to move the tiny house to another place because here, even with this 1 meter of concrete base, it gets floated on the meter. So the whole work, the money, the time here, the delivery, it's kind of a waste. We're gonna need to move somewhere else and more money. If we were here before, we would know because the people here, they told us, hey, this is actually not safe for the winter because it's too close from the river. So all of these things, tips, and getting to know the people, getting to know the region's construction company from the region, it would be just way better to be here first, then start buying and moving towards what we want. Get ready for extras. The process here seems to be very loose. I don't see anywhere where it says, hey, it's first A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. There's always things in between, pieces missing, and everything is money. Everything's money. If the service, the people, they do something wrong, it's on me. It's gonna get out of our pocket, basically. They're not gonna be handling anything. There's a lot of additional extras, so just don't go with the money too tight because try to get property already connected with the network. It is a bit of a pain in money. We still don't have water. The bureaucracy is insanely long. So even to collect water from the river, it's allowed as long as there's some paperwork, some bureaucracy done. So we don't have it yet. People take forever to answer. They offered us to connect with the network for 1,000 euros. We had to pay 5,000 euros for the electricity to the utility poles. It took, I don't know, over a year to get this done. So if you have the possibility to get a land which is already connected to the network, it's way better. And before buying a property, make it sure you get the construction permit. So if you have a ruin already in the land and it's recognized by the camera, it's a great indication that you can build there. But still, it is better to get the project running and get this confirmation from the camera before purchasing the land. What you can do is you put like a down payment, and within a year or 2 years, depends on the contract, you're going to be working with the architect to get this permit approved. Once this permit is ready, then you need to pay the land. But other than that, I would not buy a land which doesn't have a ruin or any permit of construction. Another topic is regarding the wildfires. So Portugal, it gets very dry and hot during the summer. So you need to go and check if the region is it's a dangerous region or not. There's a lot of wildfire happening or not. So for example, in our case, it should be greener, but people are still concerned. So we're gonna need to take care of the land to make it sure it's protected against wildfire. Means that removing all the bushes and the trees and everything that connects our land with some possible wildfire around. You can check on fogos.pt during the summertime. They have real life information about wildfires and all of these things around the country. So it's really good to have a good idea of where to buy the land or where not to buy the land, or at least be a bit more cautious with that. On YouTube and all of the other places, there's so many very, very cheap properties on central Portugal and some other areas that they look amazing. If you go on different times of the year, they just look great. It's great land, great everything, but they get wiped out by wildfire. So you need to really pay attention to this. Last item, people here are amazing. People here are amazing. They're glad that we're here, right? So it's just so nice to get to know everybody, the butcher, the people from the construction here, the fishermen that are running around like left, right, center on the river. They're just so nice. People are just nice. The guy this morning, he was trying to show me how to fish because you need to hold something with the, I don't know, it was a bit complex, but it was super nice. They're so friendly. It's just so far a great experience, great people, and just enjoy. Find the area you want and just come. Bye bye.